All right. Good morning, everyone. Randy here. Wanted to do an update and talk about resource sharing and resource allocation. Now, as you know, I'm the type of person that I like to try and use everything and whatever I can get for free or on discount. That's what I'm gonna do. This is a perfect example here. You see this pile of wood mulch? I was able to get this delivered for free, and I'll be able to use this around the fruit trees that are blossoming. I also have my rose trees that are blossoming, and as well, I'll be using it for this raised bed. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the concept of utilization rates. Now, utilization rates is a basic business concept of whatever you have, basically, you're using, or you're using to the best of your abilities. So, a perfect example is that everything that I see, I try and attempt to, in terms of materials, I attempt to maximize the efficiency and utilization of that thing. So the idea is that instead of buying dirt, there's a perfect example is that there is a mulch pile in the field. And if you look at this dirt, it is black dirt, okay? So the leaves fall in this trench over there, and what I do is I typically take the leaves that have been mulched and that's been composted and put it in my composting. I put it in my raised beds, and I use that because that means that I don't have to buy dirt, and the dirt is very rich out here, so I'm blessed to be able to have very, very, very rich dirt that I can do composting. The composting toilets, I use all of that stuff inside of the composting bin, and I use that. So you can use that. Urine and wood ash. You can use your urine and wood ash to add nutrients back into the soil. You can use that, okay? As you know, the building material that I use, all of this excess building material, this is a perfect example right here, and I got another large pile that I got. You see this enclosed trailer, one of the things that I was talking about. I purchased this enclosed trailer used from a friend, and you see all of this sheeting. Okay, this is a lot of sheeting right here, and this is good stuff. And this can go for my extension to the barn, the pole barn, for the sheep. It can be used, as metal roofing on the house, on a new structure. So these are kind of things that you can utilize. Okay, another perfect example right here is the trees are constantly putting down limbs, okay? And their limbs are constantly being put down on the floor. So what I do is I take those limbs and I put them in the fire pit. And so if I want to burn it on a nice summer night, I can burn it and I can utilize that. What else? About the leaves and everything. So the idea is that anything and everything can pretty much be used. And that goes to utilization rates. Now, me here, I boast of probably a 95% to 98% utilization rate, meaning that anything material that comes on the land, I try and use it to the best of my ability because I don't like waste and I like being efficient. I'm trained to be efficient from the business world, and so I think in terms of efficiency, in terms of everything that I do. All right. These wood posts, and you see these posts right here, the old telephone posts. I utilize these to make the telephone posts to make the fence line. So if you see the earlier videos, this fencing structure wasn't here, and what I was thinking about doing is extending it, but this is fine because I can put another structure or something over here. So it's all about utilization rates. You want to make sure that you're as efficient as possible. And also, I want to inquire about the trucking business. The trucking business that was going to be started. There was about 4 or 5 truckers, in the ministry. And we have the ability to, get those brothers together. Now, I'm not a part of that, but the idea is that we can use that business to distribute materials. I've been in contact with the company or the guy that subcontracts out all of these businesses in terms of construction, and we're able to get materials 50-60% off with metal roofing, all of that stuff. So we can get those materials to other homesteads, other communities, whoever may need those materials. A perfect example is this material right here. I'll be able to use this material, and this is enough to extend the barn over there. And between the metal roofing and the 2x4s, the 2x6s, I'll be able to extend that metal barn for free. And so why spend 100% a full price if you can get 16-foot 2x4s for $3? Building materials are very expensive, and there's going to be, like I said, I'm tracking at least 10 different communities, homesteads that's going to be coming on the scenes in the next probably year alone. 10. That's 10 different locations. So the idea is that if we can share resources and we can share with our brothers and sisters, and this is extended out to anybody, I don't care who you are. The idea is that if we can help one another out and we can share resources and not be selfish, it benefits everybody, because the idea is that we want as many people out of the cities, out of this wicked system as humanly possible, so that we're not dependent on the system. So please update me with that if anybody has any ideas. I mean, the idea is that if we can get materials out to the Midwest, like people like Pastor Joe Fox, if we can get materials out to him and other communities that's being developed, that's be a beautiful thing, because they can save money and materials, we can save money and materials, and we're all sharing and we're all uplifting one another. So these are just some of the ideas that can be propagating, can be put forth, because it's very important. It's very important to share knowledge and share information and not withhold good from other people, especially if they're trying to make some moves and you're in a situation where, perfect example, where I have access to these building materials. All we have to do is find out how to move those resources and move those materials from point A to point B, and understanding the costs associated with it. I mean, if we're getting if we can get $10,000 or $5,000 worth of materials, if we can get it for $2,000 and it costs about $1,000 or $800 to ship, it's more, the cost benefit analysis is there, where it's cost beneficial to move those materials out to other locations. Eastern Kentucky, there are about 3 or 4 communities that I know are homesteads that are in Eastern Kentucky that can use those materials that I know about in Western Kentucky. And that's about a 3 to 4 hour drive from where I am right now. So, we got to get this distribution network going on, and this is why people that truckers have this access and have this kind of knowledge and can do those cost benefit analyses, so that we can bring a benefit to the whole, if you have ideas, if you have anything in terms of resources, ideas, share them, get them out there to the people, so that the people can decide and that the people can use this information, and it can be a benefit to a whole. Give me an update, but the idea is that you want to be able to be efficient as possible, and use everything. Use all of the materials that you can to the best of your abilities, so that nothing goes to waste. This is, not only from a money perspective, which that is very important, but it's also from a resource perspective. If you're not using your resources wisely and distributing those resources wisely, it's going to take you 3 times the amount of effort and time to get things done. And we don't have a lot of time. the time is growing short. Things are really rocking in this country. And so we have to speed up the process as quickly as possible to get these places done as quickly and as efficiently as possible using the least amount of Federal Reserve notes that we can, but getting the maximum amount out of the materials and the brethren that do have access to materials and distribution methods so that we can all come together and be a benefit to the whole. Please comment, let me know, share the information. We need to get this kind of information out there. All right, shalom.